we realised there's a bit of a niche for a good solid dental practice here in the local city centre. And so what we did is that before we started, when planning permission and everything like that came through to do the place, we started our marketing from that day. The place was getting built up, the place was getting done. It took 12 weeks to do the build. But what we did is we started doing our marketing from day one. So we put some advertising in Moorfields train station, so we could get a maximum response. So people would come in, they'd have a little look. We didn't say to everyone that we were a dental clinic. We just put our logo on the turnstiles and just said individual smiles matter. From there, people were wondering as to what we were. People started hitting our website. People started having a little look and trying to see what we were basically. And so it created a bit of a general interest, created a bit of brand awareness as well. If we put ourselves there, we were just a dental clinic, I had a feeling that people would just walk by and walk through. So we left it as that really. So then what we did do is that when we did finally open, we had some opening events. We put ourselves in the paper, put ourselves in other publications as well, to say that Ollie and Darsh is actually a private dental clinic. We're now open, come and see us. So people were already well aware of the brand before then. And then since then, some of our marketing, some of our PR has helped try to bring some people through our doors and come in as well.
And just to clarify, you're offering a free initial consultation, free of charge.
Absolutely.
That my understanding is that is primarily it's a conversation with Susie, which is going to take place in this room. You're going to go through a medical history questionnaire and a smile assessment, and just get a general idea of what it is that the patient is looking for.
The dental history really.
They then go into one of the surgeries to meet the dentist. You're going to do a 5-minute assessment of their overall oral health.
Essentially where it is, Chris, is that it's just we created Susie's room because we wanted to create a nice, warm, welcoming environment. It wasn't just going to be a table with 4 chairs and a screen up. We wanted to create something that was quite nice, quite homely, and someone could come in, have a chat, and just feel reassured and relaxed. So they can do that with Susie quite comfortably. Susie then what she'll then do is that she'll then ask us to come in, or we'll ask the patient to come into one of the clinical areas, and they'll sit in the chair. Susie will hand over the patient to me. So these are the main concerns. This is what she'd like, and this is what she wants to provide to do. And so I'll have a little look, and we'll assess them for their membership. It doesn't take long; it just takes a few minutes. But it's just nice that then our potential members have met both myself, but met Susie and Melissa as well. So they've had a nice introduction before anything's actually happened.
And the assessment is whether you want to become a member of the practice, and there are 2 levels of membership depending on your state of oral health. And level 1 is around about £18 a month, which is what I would call the traditional 2 exam, 2 scale polish a year.
That's right.
And then there's a level 2 membership, which is about £22 a month, which is going to be 4 hygiene visits and a couple of assessments. Is that right?
That's right. We wanted to try and keep it simple for all our members. So what we tried to do is that we wanted to keep it simple for us and for our members as well. So there's no real variation. So I didn't want to feel like some people were going to get more out of Ollie and Darsh than others. So unfortunately, there are some members out there that probably need a little bit more treatment than others. So what we tried to do is we just tried to cater to the two finishes.
And we had an interesting conversation this morning about the fact that people are coming in here and they're actually saying, I want to go to a dental practice that's a dental practice. I don't want paraffin wax treatment. I don't want Botox. I don't want candles in the ear. I don't want somebody to give me a haircut. I just want somebody that's going to look after my dentistry. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people, especially around here in the local city centre and this business area, are really time sensitive. So what we've tried to do is we just want to make sure that we're going to run on time, we're going to be very, very efficient, we're going to make sure that everything we try to do is on brand and make sure that they all realise that as well. So the worst case scenario is a patient comes in and we're having them to wait, and then or we're having to rebook their appointment. That's not what we're about. They schedule an appointment, they come in, they get seen when they come in, and then they leave when they expect to leave as well. If not a little bit early, which is fine.
Okay, great. Do me a favour, just grab a seat on the end of the sofa, and you stay there, and I'll stay here. If you can just take a picture of us on the sofa, right there. Good. And the reason I'm doing that, if you just stand right there, is that it is actually the only way that we're going to get Melissa in the picture, because the final member of the team, Melissa, there is senior clinical assistant, and I finally nabbed you. So we've got a very, very interesting group of people here, because Susie, if I'm allowed to say so, is around about 30 years in dentistry, is that right?
Yes.
And you'll kill me for saying that, but we've got Susie is probably one of the top 10 most experienced practice managers that I've met over the last 12 years. Am I allowed to say in the top 10? And am I allowed to say currently studying for an MBA? We've got 2 baby dentists here in a way, because neither of them have been dentists really that long in relative terms. And then we've got Melissa holding the camera there, who's how many years in dentistry now? Is it 5 years in dentistry? So a very, very young team, 4 people who are doing something really quite remarkably different here in Liverpool. And I walked through the door of this place. I'd already had a look at the picture gallery on the website, and so I had an inkling of what the place was like. I won't tell you what I said when I came through the door this morning, because it was in my usual flowery language, but it just blew me away. It's fantastic, and it's one of already straight onto the top 10 list in terms of the way that places have been actually kitted out. It's a 3 surgery practice. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's £1 million dental practice. That's where these people are heading. Given the current economic climate, it might take them a little while to get there, although your new patient sign-up figures are astonishing. But you've got absolutely no doubt that this place is going to be successful. First of all, because the people have got the knowledge to do it. Secondly, because they've got the skill to do it. More importantly than anything, they've got the attitude. And the attitude that I've had in this building today has been, yes, we can. All the way through the day. It's been we're actually only halfway through the day, by the way. It's just after lunch and we've got another half day of work to do. But I'm having an absolute blast, and I decided I wanted to share it with you. So watch out for Ollie and Darsh in a town near you sometime in the next 10 years, in my opinion. Right. Melissa, thank you so much. You press that button again,
Thank you.
we should get a